Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Rewind That. I'm your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. So tonight we are doing our Sunday night panel where we talk about the latest episode of Raising Kanan season 4. We're talking about episode number 9 tonight, okay? Least favorite moments, scratching my head moments, okay? And favorite moments. We were supposed to say favorite moments, least favorite moments, graduate. It's okay, whatever. But first, on the thumbnail, as you see, we always have like a little open discussion of whatever the question is on the thumbnail. So what the question is tonight is, will Rock and Unique team up? Now, I know that it seems unlikely. Thus far, it has. But now that she's gone into the dragon's lair, so to speak, feel like there might be something that might go on again. You know what I'm saying? But we did hear some threats being thrown around in the season finale, like the trailer. But, you know, that could just be for show. I really believe that there's going to be a huge twist. At least that's what I'm hoping. So what do you think?
Yeah, there are a few different things going on. I feel like the fact that Rock saw Kanan leaving Unique spot, that definitely has her wheels turning. You know, I think what Juke told her is resonated with her. Like, hey, you need to worry about losing him. Which I'm like, whatever, Rock, lose him.
Lose him, right?
Whatever. If you want to be lost, let him be lost, right?
Let him be lost. Because my thing is, ain't he already lost? Like, didn't she lose him already?
That's facts, right?
Come on.
So with seeing Kanan, the fact that she has work, but the logistics of her organization is kind of mixed up because David is now taken out, even though he wasn't doing anything anyway. So she needs a way to move the work. He has the people and needs the work. So they can join forces to, you know, make a bigger organization. And I also feel like they can find a way to resolve this proxy war with the mob. But I know Rock don't feel like she can really trust Unique, which she shouldn't. So I feel like she may have a face like, hey, let's work together. But ultimately she would have a plan to kind of either take Unique out or make sure that it's kind of a play, you know, just to take over everything. Because I already see Jersey, they're kind of Unique's on borrowed time when it comes to them too.
Yeah, especially if you want with that dude talking about some he eat New York niggas. No.
Yeah.
No.
I laughed at first and I was like, hold on, I'm feeling away.
Me, I was feeling away, girl. I was feeling away from the gate, like, excuse you? Don't play. and my thing is, it seems like I don't know what Unique was gonna say to him, but that's when Kanan came in. It was like, damn, Kanan, why you had to come in there? I wanted to see what Unique was gonna say. Was he gonna flip out? Was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But New York niggas. He said, what he feeding y'all Jersey niggas? New York niggas.
We looking real weak out here.
Right. Wrong place, bro. Wrong place.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
What's up, Blazing Saddles? And AG and Rashonda Greer, thank you so much. And other people that are watching, because there are more people in the building, people that are watching, they're not in the chat, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you are all having a happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful mothers out there. You know, you are amazing. Keep doing your thing. Okay. Yes, girl, Dirty Jers is in that house. Yes. And I don't have an issue. Look, I live in Jersey now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But don't.
Yeah. It's still, you know, I have family and friends, you know, from Jersey too, but we already know it's kind of the little brother. I mean, let's just keep it real, you know?
Yes. Don't do it. Don't do it. So, what's up, J Mac? Thank you. AG says, bye, E-Tone. He's on one episode and already talking smack. Right. Get out of here. Braids looking terrible as well. Like, I'm not feeling them. They actually don't look bad, but I think it's I don't want to.
It's the face head combo.
Yes.
It's giving Predator a little bit, you know. It's okay.
See, and I was trying to leave it alone because I was gonna come for him, and I didn't want to come for him, so that's why I said I'm not gonna talk about this man. But girl, you already did it. Thank you. This is the reason why we have to have a panel, because folks gonna say what I don't be wanting to say sometimes. But Madam Moonlight, if she was here, she might say it. Anyway,
Call me Bad Gal PG.
what'd you say?
Bad Gal PG.
Bad gal, yes. Oh my gosh. Blazing Saddles said Predator is spot on. Oh my gosh. So ultimately, you feel like there would be a team up, but you think that, so that would be one twist. And then the second twist that you were talking about would be that she would take him out. And that would be sad, but I think that would be necessary.
Yeah. That's hard because we know they don't really want to murk each other. But the fact that now Kanan's in the mix, I don't know. I still don't know if she's completely there yet, though, with Unique. I feel like he has to do something else.
Yes, and here's my thing. This is what I think he has to do. I think he has to show her that he's really unstable. Like, he's not the same person anymore. You know what I mean? That he's ready to fly off the handle at any given moment. You say the wrong thing and he's like, you know, ready to jump at you. And I think once she sees that, then she's going to have to do what she has to do.
Yeah.
I think that she will be hurt by it, to be honest with you. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Other than that, how'd you feel about the episode?
I enjoyed the episode. It had a lot of interesting events. But Raising Kanan always has a way to get me in all the emotions. Okay. Emotional roller coaster. I'd be mad, I'd be sad, I'd be angry, I'd be happy, I'd be cheering. It'd be all the things. But you know, good episode nonetheless. Always had me wanting more. So I'm curious what this finale is going to be.
Oh my gosh. I feel like this finale, girl, I was telling people yesterday, because I didn't go live on at midnight on Friday. So I went live yesterday afternoon, and I was just telling people that I was so anxious. Like, I had so much anxiety in this episode. And I'm just like, you know, it's crazy how these shows can do that to you. You know, like, I've felt the same type of anxiety that I've had about real life situations in this episode. And I'm like, this is just crazy. I really gotta
because I think we all feel like we the Thomases, like we family.
Yeah, I'm like, I really gotta just calm down. Why am I so anxious? But like, I was so afraid for Marvin.
Yeah,
so afraid. And I'm still afraid. And it's like, you know, you're seeing the swap, you know, of the brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So once you see that going on, it's like, all right, Marvin is about to be moved out the way. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not feeling it.
Because it seems like before this episode, because I know you'd be like, people trying to kill off Marvin, you know, it's annoying, right? But
yes,
I don't know. It seems to me this episode kind of changed your mood about this. Like, am I correct?
Yeah, I'm scared. I'm scared, but at the same time, I think they would be stupid if they got rid of him. Like, why? Like, how could you get rid of Marvin though?
I know.
Like, in season, in any season, as far as like, if it's not the final season, how do you get rid of a character like that before the final season?
Yeah.
He brings too much to the table.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid, but like at the same time, I'm like, nah, I'm in denial as far as like, nah, they can't do that. They can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But they could. Never know.
They're throwing so much at this character to where it's like, how would he escape everything? You know, like he's been escaping a lot, and then they're just really putting like 20 on 10 now. Like, he's getting himself into all these predicaments. Right. And it's like, you know, how we talk about, you know, just, I mean, it's a show, so it's not completely realistic, but at some point it's like, are you going to be a Tommy?
And that's what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was about to say. I'm about to say, listen, if they let Tommy get away with all of the stuff,
exactly,
the mob killing the maid man, all of that, then they better let him get away with it.
Yeah.
What the heck are you talking about? Shoot, it better be that way. Don't play with me. Okay. What's up, Dexter Cumberbatch? Kevin Reynolds, hi. With much thought being that there's another season already cleared, I cannot see Marvin as a vital main character being killed off this season. Yeah, I can't. Because of the fact that there is another, that's what I'm saying. There's another season. I just don't see them killing him. But they're really amping it up to make it look like that. And that's the part that makes it scary because you just don't know. You know, sometimes they really go for that shock value.
Unless the compromise is him being locked up. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's what I'm saying, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that if as Dexter says, if when one brother rises or falls, the other one, you know, one brother falls, the other one rises, or something like that. I think that the rise or the fall for Marvin would be jail, because I feel like a lot of the things that he has done will catch up to him in that way. Especially that last deed that he did with Amber. I'm like, bro. Now I'm hoping that Amber does blame it on the white man now, okay? Like, I was okay. Listen, I was here for the switcheroo. Like, they do that to us all the time now. They do crimes and they blame it on the black man. I was so here for when he said, call the cops and tell him it's a white man.
I know. Yeah, I hope so. But this episode, you know, when Lulu and Birilla was being interrogated, they mentioned they are checking ballistics. So we at least know that this is a thing for this show, that they're doing that. And I don't know, I feel like somehow paying off the school like security guard or what have you, and you know, the fact that, you know, he's been around the school and he, you know, has had conversation with a teacher or so. I feel like they can somehow, you know, tie this together. But I do feel like that would be the one thing that Marvin will be okay with taking a charge for.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's down for whatever, but I feel like, you know, what he said with Rock, you know, he pretty much decided, I mean, he didn't say God's plan, but God's
God's way.
Yeah, God's way. Yeah, I feel like he feels like he was doing his civil duty.
Yes.
Either way, I'm not gonna like it.
No, right? And my thing is too, though, if they're going to make Marvin go to jail or, you know, prison or whatever, then I think that would make the show interesting as well. Like, he can have some type of, you know, he can have stuff going on in prison, show him and everything, you know what I mean? And then work some magic to get him out, just like they did with Ghost. Like, come on now.
That's true.
Y'all like recycling stuff? You like recycling, you know, family members killing each other? Go ahead, keep on recycling.
Yeah, or that could be another pipeline. You know, they be filling in drugs,
right?
And, you know, it's ways to
exactly.
So all that.
Yes. So, do you want to start off with your favorites? Because I feel like there's not. I think we should do favorite because I don't really feel like there was any for me. I'm not gonna freaking lie to you. Like I said, I was so anxious and like it was an emotional roller coaster. I don't really feel like there were any good moments.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, even though this is bad. When I saw Rock and Lulu side by side busting up,
I'm like, that was the one for me. That was the one that I chose for my favorite moment.
I love it. One. It's like we back at old times. Yes.
Old times. That's what I'm talking about. I'm so happy that you and that's what I'm saying. It was like there's not really much to choose from in this episode when it comes to favorite moments. But if I could choose, I'm definitely gonna choose this when they rolling up in the freaking tailor shop, aka the Dragon's Lair. Okay. Side by freaking side, yo. Uncle Lou.
I loved it.
In the building. I loved it. What's up, Dale? So that was my favorite moment as well. And then I was so mad because I didn't have the smile that what's his name had on his face, Unique. Yeah. Like, oh, he was probably looking at it too, like, oh yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This nostalgia right here. So yeah, it was amazing. I love it. And she's like, we need to talk.
Yeah.
And do you feel like in some way that this could have been a part of his plan just a little bit?
Unique?
Yeah.
I never thought about that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't think about that. Possibly anything's possible.
Mm. The only reason why I say that is because him smiling like that, it looked like, yeah, you played right into my hand, just like I thought you was. I was waiting for you to come. But he didn't say it to her. It's like on his face, but he said that to Kanan, though. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So it's like, if you're saying that to Kanan, you know what I mean? Like, this is in your head, bro, that folks is gonna be popping up on you. And my thing is, if you said that to Kanan, why not think that with Rock as well? As much as you've been saying you want to kill her, but it's like, so I'm saying that because of the fact that, like, remember that he also was looking at Kanan and Rock as if they were in a partnership. But now all of a sudden in this episode, he's like, come on in, my brother, this and that. And my problem is not with your mother. I mean, it's not with you, it's with your mom. But if you are partners, we will have a problem. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you thought they were. But then I know Early did tell him, like, they not really partners or whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah, I was assuming Unique's meetings with Snap and Pop, he would have understood that they were working directly, strictly with Kanan. And maybe that was part of his, like, it's been, thank God, well, not thank God, but it's, about time you came to see me. Like, maybe this is something that they kind of have in the works in some way.
Yeah, because you said because he knows, meaning Unique, he knows that Kanan is working with Snaps and Pop.
Yes, and Kanan gave them the proposal of possibly working together. So maybe that's what I was possibly thinking. That's where he was coming from. And plus, I feel like Neat think of Kanan as a stepson.
Yeah, and then maybe too, if he feels like he knows Rock the way he think he knows her, Unique, right? And knowing that her son came to see him, he probably was like, yeah, the mother is not too far behind.
Or it was her plan, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
So either way, he's feeling like, and this is just me thinking because of that facial expression, because I like to read facial expressions on these shows. Because of his facial expression was saying, yeah, I knew he was going to come.
Yeah, I really initially was thinking like, oh yeah, you crawling back to me. That's what I was thinking, like not romantically, but like business wise, like, oh yeah, you need me. You know what I'm saying?
Because I crippled you.
Yeah.
That right there with David, that was huge. That was a really big blow right there. It was huge. Definitely. So yeah, he knew what he was doing. I mean, listen, well played, brother. Well played. Well played. Kevin Reynolds said, "Who's playing?" Let me see something here. So I'm going to talk about a scratching my head moment. I'm real confused on if teaming up with Unique versus Stefano and Russo or Snaps and Pop. What do you mean you're real confused? Teaming up with Unique versus Stefano. I'm thinking that I don't, and I'm not sure if this is answering your question, but I'm thinking to team up with Unique to take out Stefano, because Stefano is the snake. He's the one that's really the issue. And I think that when we keep seeing Russo, I think it's a better bet to work with him because he doesn't really seem like he's about the shenanigans. He's really about his business. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got no time. I'm not going to war with New York for your ghetto bull crap. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you got Stefano who he makes side deals. He doesn't play by the rules. He's trying to play the puppet master. He's doing sneaky stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's a snake in the grass. It's better to team up with Unique to take out Stefano, but make sure there's a deal in place with Russo or something like that. You know what I mean? That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, Stefano, and I'll go back to one of the initial conversations that Unique had with Phil, when Phil was like, I can't take out Stefano or Stefano, however you want to say it. But we can make him, I'm rephrasing it, but pretty much for lack of a better word, weaken him enough to where his people will do it. Right. So I think what Early did kind of will play into that because, Stefano's right hand man, I think his name was Giorgio. He brought early over. It was like he requested an audience, so he wanted multiple people to be around when he discussed Marvin Thomas. So he wanted to make sure that he was kind of twisting Stefano's arm, like, we just not going to have this conversation private. I want Marvin's name to be out here, so you would feel no choice but to deal with Marvin. So maybe if they realize Stefano ain't really cleaning things up as he should, maybe that's the way he can kind of get put down or something.
Yeah. Ciao. Whew.
I know, it's a lot. It's so much. And this Raising Kanan always does this. It's so many different ways that these situations can go, and you don't know until it happens.
Exactly. What's up, Malachi? Keith? Dexter coming back. Unique is crippled too. He has no drugs and he has to pay off Russo and Akbar's men, which is another reason why they should come together.
Yeah.
Okay. The Italians break all their rules. Yes. South Brooklyn, what's up? Russo is not as strong as Tony Danza. Well, I mean, Stefano. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hi, Miss K, sending you love on Mother's Day. Thanks for being you. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Very, very sweet. I love you. And happy Mother's Day to you as well if you're a mom and all that good stuff. Thank you once again. So I want to say real quick, right? Another, I don't know about favorite moment, but I'll say another moment that I enjoyed was the moment where Rock, when Rock showed up at the diner with what's the niece and the son? Yeah, shoot, child, these names with Juke and Kanan, and he's like rude. Like, if I didn't speak to you 100 times, I said this yesterday, but that was one of my parts that I enjoyed. Was he said, and if I didn't answer the phone 100 times, you still think I want to talk to you? Like, the way she took them shades off, like, excuse you? Like, I think you done forgot, bro, who you talking to. And that was more like, I like that because, and I shouldn't say this because that's her son, but I have it tied into the whole thing that when he was like, there ain't nothing she wouldn't do. And so my thing is, if you feel that way, you saw how he kind of piped down a little bit. It was giving, there's nothing I wouldn't, like, he was like,
I'm gonna kill it, but don't push me. Don't push me.
Yes, like, you sure? Excuse me? Is you sure right now?
But I'd be annoyed. I like that too, but it's like, somebody need to just chop him right here. Like, chop him. Because he's talking too much. Like, bro, like, you need to chill out. Like, for real. Nobody's checking him.
For real. I mean, but that whole taking off them shades was everything. Like, wait a minute now. Yeah, like, hold up. Because she wasn't even there for that conversation when he told her she would do, there's nothing she wouldn't do. All right. And see, my thing is, I enjoyed it because he really believes that. So when she took off them shades, he probably wasn't looking at a mother that would slap him. He probably was looking at a mother that would kill him.
Yeah.
Like
the drug dealer Rock. Who wants the drug dealer Rock. Like,
right. Like, huh? No, that's what we not gonna do. He sure piped down and she sat down. Then he tried to go into the whole thing. You heard about D-Wiz. Like, I mean, not D-Wiz, Fame. Like, boy, go sit down, child. Sit down. So what is your scratching my head moment?
I have a bunch of petty ones, but I guess the one that I'm most intrigued about is, how is Juke going to repay Garcia? Like, what information is she going to give them? Because I feel it's going to be useful for the family, but also not implicating them, So I'm just curious on how she's going to work through that situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. That was one of mine as well, because it's like, why are you so hard after Juke? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it was just annoying to me. I'm gonna keep showing up everywhere you are. What?
Yeah.
So, and then that's the thing. Like, she knows that she's putting herself in this kind of predicament, but she's also watching her cousin lose control, spiral out of control. I feel bad for him. I'm not gonna lie. Like even when he was on the phone with the hospital, or whatever, he was like, "All right, thank you."
The voice was cracking and everything. I was like, he did a good job on that scene. Shout out to Makai. He did that. He was, yeah. I would have died laughing. Y'all would have had to be cut. It was low key funny, but I felt his pain.
So, yeah, I really felt all his pain. I was like, "Oh my god!" And Juke was back there. Listen, let me find it. Hold on. I'm so sorry to laugh because I wasn't laughing at the time. Okay, but I am now because when I watched it the second time, I was like, "Yo, he is so hurt." And this is what this is what she's privy to. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what's going on. Mm-hmm. She loves her cousin. He's freaking out, and she can't do anything about it. Mm-hmm. And all she could do is say, try not to, lose hope or do anything. You know what I'm saying? Because stay positive. He's like, what? Nothing ever works out for us. This and that. You know what I mean? It was really sad though. It really was. And I know last week I was talking, saying I don't really care. People was like, "Oh, Crystal next." I said, "I don't care. I don't care." But it was the way they did it. It was scary. It was sad. It was sad because she didn't deserve it. And 50's, I'm sorry, not 50, but Grown Kanan's narration brings a lot of things home, like as far as hitting you right here. Mm-hmm. For him to say the worst part of the game is when the innocent get deleted. That's how it touches you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you already knew it was going to happen. Him just talking that, you already knew it. So, oh gosh, she about to die. So, but yeah, he's like, "Thank you." He's going crazy. I'm like, poor baby. Oh, Dexter made a good point. He said Kanan spoke to everybody but the bus company and the bus driver. Okay, it's a good point. Mm-hmm. Unless he did, and we just don't know. Yeah. Thank you, DeMarcus. How are you? Thank you for the super chat. What's good, Miss K? Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I appreciate you very much. Least favorite. Well, no, scratching.
I was doing my scratching with my head. You didn't do yours yet.
Okay, so how did I come up to this? Oh, because you were talking about it was the juke thing with her and the and Garcia, and they found the girl's body in a stairwell. Jesus.
But I am hoping, and that's the thing. I be wishing Juke would be with Kanan when he be approaching people, having these conversations, because I think she would because her emotions not really in it like Kanan. Like he's not thinking clearly. So I feel like, hey, if Juke was around, she'll be able to put, 2 and 2 together. But hopefully they can have a conversation and she can figure it out for the poor boy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I made that point yesterday too, was the fact that, like you said, we need Juke to tie things together, because right now he don't know how to do that. I said he didn't even know to put it together, that the person that did the if the cops deleted Famous, the call came from the streets. He couldn't even put that together. But anyway, let's bring in our next person. Are you ready? Moochie Scoochie, hey girl.
Hi. Hey Moochie,
how you doing?
Good.
Happy Mother's Day again.
Happy Mother's Day.
I'm still messed up because I dyed my hair, so I'm still having an allergic reaction. I washed my hair today and it started all over again.
Oh no!
It's like I'm itching. I took a Benadryl though. I was hoping I ain't. How y'all doing though? But I'm good.
Good. Yes, we're just we're talking how we do. I hope you had a lovely day. So I do hope that
oh yeah, happy Mother's Day, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, I done text y'all this morning.
Yeah, we
yes. But right now we're doing our scratching my head moments. PG scratching my head moment was how exactly will Juke pay back Garcia.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Mooch.
I think she's gonna give them pops and snaps.
Mm.
Yeah,
They
that's what
figuring out that she's not gonna give her family up.
No.
I don't think I don't think she'll give her family up, and I think she knows that pops and snaps is manipulating her cousin. So
Mm.
I think she's gonna do that.
Yeah, I hope so. 46 people watching and 18 likes. Please hit the like button if you like the chat. Thank you so much, P. Bronson. Yes, please hit the like button. It is totally free, and I appreciate you. Demarcus says that his scratching his head moment was, or scratching my head moment was, why Marvin saved Amber instead of trying to get at early Tyler. And that is, listen, that's not a scratching my head moment, but I just thought that it was not a smart move for Marvin to not delete both of them. Whatchamacallit said that. Rock told him that. She said you need to take care of both of them. How you gonna leave early? He is already a problem for what he did in the first place.
Mhm.
And then he gonna run right to the freaking mob and tell him that it was you that gave the order? Come on, bro.
Yeah, I just don't understand why he let him stand there and do the whole "what you gonna do about it?" Like
Yeah.
why?
Right.
Like
Right. Right.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
Yes. What you gonna do about it? Like, no. And stop sleeping on these people just because you feel like they're a punk or whatever. That don't mean that you can just, sleep on them and try to act like, oh, they ain't never gonna do nothing to you. Because a lot of people got that fight or flight thing, you know what I'm saying? And some people ain't gonna run.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't. It's just stupid. I think it's very stupid. Thank you, Blaze. How are you? He says, happy Mother's Day, Miss K. You're very much appreciated. When that second book dropping? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, once I'm done with this nightmare, which is called school, I will be working on.
I thought that was a book title.
I know, right? I said, hold on.
I was going to be like, she started writing another. Wait, what? This nightmare called school?
That's a good title.
It sounds like a good title. Like, what is this about?
Once I'm done with this nightmare, oh my gosh, I will get back into writing. I promise, because I love it. It's a passion of my life. So definitely. But thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And I thank you so much to Dale for a $5 super chat. Happy Mother's Day. To me, Jukebox's body language in this scene with Kanan makes me think she knows more about Crystal's capture than she lets on. Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because Juke be knowing how we say it. Torian, thank you for the $5 super chat. I just realized all three of my aunties are in the same place at the same time. That means I'm going to find all 7 Dragon Balls and live in the oh gosh, my goodness. Keisha, thank you for the super chat, Torian. I appreciate you. Keisha863 says, I think Kanan believing Pops and Snaps that his mom killed Famous will get Marvin killed, and him and Juke will fall out and go their separate ways. Wow. I know a lot of people are kind of waiting for that as well. So we'll see. I don't know. I agree wholeheartedly that Snaps, Pop, and Stefano need to take that final ride in the last episode. Yes. And I think that's Blaze said that. I will be very much interested to see. I think that would be the highlight of the episode, seeing them die. Because I just can't deal with them anymore.
At least one of them, please.
Pop. Yeah, and let it be Pop. I want it to be Pop, but I want her to suffer though. I really do.
Yeah.
I want her to suffer.
Yeah, I feel I would like Snap because I feel like he would feel crippled without her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I'm trying to see because I had something. I'm sorry. I was trying to look for something. Peace and blessings. Let me see. Yeah, peace and blessings. It's KPJ, everyone in the house. Hope everything is smooth. I can't be the only one who thinks Stefano, Snap, and Pop need to take that final ride. No, absolutely. You're not the only person. I think those are the definite 3 bodies that we need to see drop in the next episode for sure. Like, we have to see it. They've wreaked too much havoc. They're the snakes. All 3 of them people are snakes. And we come on, don't y'all knew it, right? Once they found out that, and that's why I didn't want them to I didn't want Kanan to let on, and I was glad that he didn't at least say, I think it's my mom's, you know what I'm saying? I was glad that he didn't do that. because I knew that once that was something that he told them, they was gonna run with it.
Yeah.
Knew it. So, Moochie, what was your scratching my head moment?
My scratching my head moment was the scene with hold up. Do y'all I'm like him running in that house to go save Amber was the scratching my head moment.
Okay.
You mean to tell me you see a school bus with a little white girl get off where it made you want to dig and dig and dig and pay somebody off to go find out where this girl is?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That was with all the things that are going on in life. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Then that's the same thing that DeMarcus said. He said, "Why did you go after Amber instead of, going after Early?"
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that goes into my scratching my head moment, which is why the heck, like, where Early at? Like, why is he still alive? Because if he killed the made man, he shouldn't be walking anymore. Somebody was telling me that in the chat yesterday, they were like, well, maybe he already got his concrete shoes, you know what I'm saying? And we just don't know, which is, it could be true. But I'm also afraid that they kind of left him alive so that he could be out there to be the one to take out Marvin. That's what I'm afraid for. So,
yeah. I think Marvin, he's for the past season or so, he's been striving to do some good in the world. And I feel like this is his like chance to continue to be able to do a good deed because he feels bad, genuinely for Amber. So, I feel like he think that's his little civil duty, just to be there for her. He love the kids like ODB. Like, he just has to think about daughters,
Yes. So, right. And so Dexter says Marvin is more of an uncle to Amber than he is to Kanan. Like, how could you really be an uncle to Kanan, though, without putting your hands on him? Marvin wants to put hands on Kanan, but his mother doesn't allow it. So he has to keep his distance because Kanan has a smart mouth. And it seems like he's always, when he's around Kanan and Rock at the same time, it seems like Marvin always has to restrain himself from checking him or wanting to put his hands on him.
Yeah.
I want the day to happen.
Me too.
Where he pick him up either by his, like, where he yoke him up for real because he doing too much. He should have been taken out in the backyard and got a couple of punches off on him. I'm sorry, Lulu too. They just be living their life and they don't even try to put this little knucklehead in check.
Right. Totally agree. So here's another scratching my head moment. Who baby is this?
I know. I was like, is this her baby? Or
I was hoping it was her baby. I'm like, no, that's not her baby.
I think it's the meth head baby.
Their baby, right? They just got her as a living babysitter.
Yeah.
Just lock her in the room with the baby while we go out here and mess with this meth.
Right.
Or another foster kid,
Right.
Do y'all think there was any other kids in the house?
That's a good question. I don't know. Because if it was, that's where the problem may come. Because I think Amber would do exactly what Marvin says. But if there was another child in the house, yeah.
No, he was black.
Yeah, he was black.
But I don't know, because he was looking around in the room, but I was like trying to look at other heads. Like, I don't see no other kids. Like, I don't know. It was weird.
Uncle Marvin.
How did she hear Uncle Marvin's voice?
Right.
You all the way in the back. Like,
so I mean, she was kind of back there, but they was talking. Look, they probably be so engulfed in doing their stuff, and it's quiet where the baby was quiet too. We didn't even hear the baby crying, so it's possible.
Right, there was mad silent, no TV, nothing. Poor baby. That's such a horrible living experience. Oh my gosh.
Look, Marvin had to do his whole breathing technique.
Yes.
Sure. Because he was getting ready to snatch that dude off the stairs and handle his business.
We haven't seen the breathing technique in a while. I'm like, Marvin, what's been going on, bro? You should have been doing this. You've been out here tweaking.
He was like, look, I'm trying to control my temper, but I'm about to handle this white boy and rip him down these stairs. He looked like he was gonna rip him right off the top stairs and go at him.
Yo, that chick said, "Get out of this house, nigga."
Like, oh no.
You got everything you deserve, girl.
Yeah.
Everything. She tried to run. Marvin said, "Pop, pop, pop."
She called him the N-word.
I know that's what I said.
You see how he knocked her into the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. Do you have a favorite moment, Moochie?
My favorite moment was the conversation that Unique sounded like a proud parent talking about Kanan.
He was like, who
He was like, he
He
just put
growing
a
up.
twinkle in my eye. The boy's growing up.
Yeah. He growing up.
Look, I gotta be on camera because I'm out of control.
You fine. So tell me about, before we get into our least favorite moment, what do you guys think about the plan? Like, how do you think he's gonna come into play when he says, this is B-Rilla, he says to Lou, like, you know, I need work, and you know, this company is not gonna work with me because if you're not there, they're not gonna mess with me, because that's the only reason why they were messing with me is because of you in the first place. So I really need work. And I know last week you and I, PG, were talking about the fact that he's not gully at all, but he's saying in this episode, in this scene, he's like, I'm not afraid to get gully in these streets. How do you feel about that right now?
The lie detector has determined that was a lie.
Talk about it.
Okay, so for me, right, I feel like, yes, he's not a gully dude, but I think because now, you know what I'm saying, ribs is touching. I think that as well as, you know, the fact that he needs to provide for his child, I think that he would do some dirt if he needs to. Mm-hmm. And so I'm hoping that he's going to come in clutch. He's going to be like that little person on the sidelines that nobody sees coming. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It would be good to use him.
Mm.
Yeah. And the fact that I feel like he feels he owes Lou.
Mm-hmm.
And he owns to himself to, like, really, you know, if anything, now I really got to put in some work for real. I can't be playing around.
Right, exactly. And stop playing with me, because we're not doing that. So, South Brooklyn says, B-Rilla desperate times will make somebody get busy. Right. And that's why that's the only reason why I'm changing my stance when it comes to him not being about it, like we said. Mm-hmm. Now that he doesn't have any work per se, and we did see them show, you know, how serious he is about providing for his child. I'm seeing, like, I'm like, yeah, he probably will do some desperate stuff. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see.
I feel like he might come through in the clutch, but I feel like someone is already practicing their penmanship for his toe tag. Like they like, all right, and this B.
OMG. Okay, so now let's go to our least favorite moments. I'm gonna start with you, pretty girl. Least favorite.
When Kanan told his mother that pretty much having her in his life is, you know, like I forgot the exact term, but yeah, I appreciate that. Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, really, I know you ain't feeling her, but that's some deep words. Like, I really can't wait to the moment where he really has to eat them words, because I'm tired of blaming everything on her. Like,
yeah,
I'm over it. It's getting old, actually. Exactly. Thank God the show is so good, because if we got to deal with just straight Kanan blaming his mother for everything, it'll be hard for me to watch. I'm not going to
right,
because I'm over it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What about you, Mooch?
What moment is this?
Least favorite.
My least favorite moment was Pops putting that little bit of peanut butter and hardly no jelly on that damn sandwich. Like, how you being that sandwich?
Yo,
and you barely put jelly on it. She ain't even cover the bread.
That's what I said.
Beckridge wanted to wash it, that choke sandwich down.
I said it was a raggedy sandwich, like horrible. Then over there talking about something, you know, us bad bees got to stick together. Girl, learn how to make a sandwich first. You got to, in order to be a bad bee, you got to know how to make a sandwich. Like, what are you talking about?
Used to sitting in that bar ordering food.
Right.
I mean, she figured it didn't have to be quality because Crystal was about to be out of here anyway.
She ordering that finger food from the bar.
What's up, Gemini? Freaking wrong with you. Pop didn't even let her finish. Didn't let her finish that sandwich at all. Horrible last meal. Exactly. Can't even, like, that's how you know this chick is not, she ain't about nothing. She couldn't even feed the girl right before she took her out. At least, see, and that's what I'm talking about. That's how you know when somebody is, and I hate to use this, right? But we're talking about street people. When somebody is a good person versus somebody who's a scumbag, right? Like, when Lulu knew that he was about to take out D-Wiz, he showed that little ninja the time of his life.
You know
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he know that, like, he didn't even want to do it, but he knew it was business. He had to be done. But he showed that little bro the time of his life. This chick, she's just a scumbag. The freaking Pop is a scumbag. She's like, I'm gonna give you a raggedy sandwich, hardly no freaking jelly, like white bread. I'm sorry.
Give me a washcloth and a brush or something.
Yes, brush the hair
and
wash
it was
massage
hands on her too.
Yeah, they was doing
had bruises stuff on her arm and legs.
Yeah, they doping her up. Like, that was sad to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it really was. It was sad. I would say, if I had to choose a least favorite, I would say that this was one of them. Yeah, I wasn't feeling it. And I think also the moment when Early came up to Marvin, I didn't like that moment because I just thought that it was dumb of Marvin to let him slide like that.
Yeah.
Somebody said at least Joyce had a burnt complete meal.
Oh gosh.
I would have taken fried peanut butter.
I eat the peanut butter sandwich. Forget that toast and that burnt toast and eggs.
Right.
That's a deletion sentence in itself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did everybody did their least favorite moment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, but that's pretty much that. I don't know if anybody, do you have anything that you wanted to discuss, pretty girl, before we get out of here?
Not right now. I can't think of anything at this point. Probably do, but it's not coming to me right now.
What about you, Mooch?
Do y'all think
Janella Smith, FaceTime video.
Do y'all think that Kanan picked up on OC? The lie that with that the like, I think Kanan already knows that that Unique messed up by mentioning OC.
Right. And that's something that I'm
like that.
Right. That's what I'm hoping. Cause he tried to clean it up real good and fast, child. But I'm hoping that Kanan will sit back and think, bro. Think. Cause I get tired of the fact that he really doesn't think. I just want to punch him in his freaking nose at this point.
Yeah, are you thinking like this? Your mother doing all of this stuff and not these people around her. And then you want to blame her for everything, but she been cleaning up your mess for the past couple of years since you thought you could be on the block.
Right. Like, since you did all of that, like all of that. And then that's the part that was one of my favorite moments, is when she was like, we already talked about this. You know, I don't want to say favorite moments, but I was happy that she said it when she was like, we already talked about this. You know, that's on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not about to bring up no D-Wiz to me. Like, we're not doing that.
Yeah, I hate that. Like, bro, he doesn't want to take the accountability for that. And it's really annoying.
No.
Do you even believe her? I'm like, Rock, please, you're going to be cleaning this. If you still clean up Marvin's mess at 40, you're going to still clean up Kanan's mess. Stop acting like that.
Stop.
Unfortunately,
Just
I mean,
stop.
I'll let the little nigga do whatever you want to do. But whatever. I'm tired.
Oh my gosh. Dale said all that money and Early can't fix the bathroom and Pops can't buy good jelly. Child. I'm going to tell you what it was though. Sometimes it's the bread. She can't buy good bread because the jelly might be okay. It's the bread. You know how sometimes you have the bread and you, as soon as you go like that, it's breaking up.
Yeah.
No, that's that. Mm-mm.
That's
You gotta-
old bread. Like she bought some stuff from her house and went to go feed that girl.
Mm-mm-mm.
And that's this bathroom thing. I thought it was a detail that would come up into play because y'all remember one of the first times Marvin came to Early's and Early lied and said he was in the bathroom, but he was actually talking to Neek. And so when we saw Londell ask about the bathroom was broke for 2 months. I'm like, is this within the time frame he was lying to Marvin? And I know Marvin sometimes don't be smart enough to put 2 and 2 together, but I just thought the bathroom thing would kind of tie in again some type of way.
I think Marvin gonna put it together, but is it gonna be too late? Because now he I don't know. We don't know what type of conversation we're gonna get out of Unique and Rock. We gonna it like it's already 3 sides to Unique. I believe that's what was a foreshadowing moment when they showed him in the mirror to me. The 3 sides. You got the one that love Rock, the one that want to take her out, and then you got the one that's a businessman that's out of control.
But the bathroom thing, help me understand that again now.
Okay, so when Unique was in the very beginning of the season, Unique was in Early's office or whatever, and he was kind of talking about, I'm about ready to pop out and show niggas. You know what I'm saying? He was ready to come out and have a reveal, but they heard Marvin out, looking for Early. So Early was like, yo, if you ready to pop out, here's your time. And so Unique was like, nah, I'm gonna wait. So Unique left in the back door, but when Early came out to talk to Marvin, Early was like, he was telling Marvin he was in the bathroom that he's gonna be a minute. And so he came out with like a egg McMuffin or something. He was like, you wash your hands.
Wash your hands, right.
Yeah. So I don't know, when Londell talked about using the bathroom and this, the other episode, he said it was broke for 2 months. So I don't know. Like, I don't know the time difference.
Oh.
So I was thinking maybe that will come into play some type of way. Just a minor detail.
Right. So that
Marvin's like Kanan. Like, sometimes they don't be piecing stuff together. So I'm like, maybe not.
Yeah, because he would be like, wait a minute. It would have to be like, wait a minute, nigga. Didn't you tell me that you used the bathroom before? So now it's broke? Like, what the heck? Yeah.
But he wasn't there to hear that conversation. It was just the cousin, and he went out there to use the bathroom.
I know, but I still thought it was going to be another future conversation that would kind of tie in that, hey, Early's been lying or something. I mean, it's small, but it was just something I was thinking about.
Right. Yeah. Because when they do that, it makes you think, like, makes you start to make them wheels start spinning, and it's like, dag, it's really for nothing.
Because it was like Early, because Londell, the fact that he could have just been leaving for the night, you know what I'm saying? And Marvin could, but the fact that specifically he was asking about the bathroom and he was like, it's been broke for 2 months. I was like, oh, is this a detail we need to pay attention to or not?
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
That's raising Kanan, you got to pay attention to everything.
And then find out that you didn't have to. Like,
yeah.
I don't like that. That's the part I don't like. I feel like for the most part, raising Kanan, you pay attention to the details and it pays off. But then sometimes you'd be like, what? So that all of that was for nothing. You know what I'm saying? What I mean? So I'm just kind of hoping that won't happen. But whatever.
Yeah.
But anywho, that's pretty much that, guys. I just thought that it was a really good episode. I do want to know what's gonna happen when it comes to, like, what part are these Jersey? I'm sorry. What part of these Jersey folks about to play when it comes to, like this?
Yeah.
The possible team up. Moochie, do you think that there's going to be a twist, right, with Rock and Unique doing a possible team up to kind of go against Stefano to get rid of him, and then just kind of work, like get rid of him, get rid of Snaps and Pop. Like we realize that all of these folks need
They
to be
they
removed.
don't need them.
Yeah, they need to
They
be removed.
don't need them.
They could use Russo.
Unique needs a supplier. Rock's got the product. Jersey could get down and lay down and get this money too.
Right.
Or y'all could go across that bridge and go back with them Italians.
Yeah.
Right. Now, are they gonna be the enemy of the enemy is my friend? I believe they are, but I believe it's gonna be some back and forth first, because you still got Pops and Snaps stirring the pot.
Right. Right. And that's why they gotta go. Somebody gotta be smart enough to take them out and realize what the heck is going on. And who knows if Juke will be the one to come into play.
Yep.
You know, I
be surprised if it's all.
Yeah, because I feel like Juke will find out, and Kanan will really be oblivious and stupid and about to do something dumb, and then she has to come in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because I feel like, constantly, that's her whole thing. She just want revenge for Famous. You know, we see Kanan constantly trying, we doing business together. We doing Negro. I just want justice for Famous. So if she really finds out that they did it, it's a wrap. Like that's all she wants to do. She's trigger happy already.
Yes, she is. Yes. That girl is super
and she, even though her and Crystal had their beefs or whatever, I feel like she was definitely feeling away when she saw Crystal like that.
Yeah, that's a shame. I will go 8 if Kanan takes out his mother, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I hope they don't do that storyline again. I'm tired of it.
Child, I know we all are.
I wouldn't mind if they make it look like then, and at the last minute he gets an awakening or epiphany where he knows that his mother's been. And I feel like he had his epiphany already with Stefano. Stefano gave him the rundown. Look, if your mother borrowed this much money to keep your tail alive, and you still want to walk around here, everything is Rock's fault.
Right. She stink all over this. Still saying that. Oh my gosh.
I always thought that would come into play. Like that singular scene with Kanan and Stefano, I felt like that was a setup for either something or just was going to come back around into something. That just seemed like it was no point if they don't follow up with that some type of
way. It just was nothing. It was really nothing. So
unless that just shows Stefano's allegiance to Rock at that moment. But
at the moment, and then you're gonna go and try to bring discord between her and her brother. Like, I just can't with him. I guess he just don't like ungrateful kids, Whatever. And that's fine with me too, because somebody got to put him in his place. Got all these other adults working with him with no care about nothing. And as much of a snake that Stefano is, I was glad that he was the one that said that to him.
Yeah. It still did no good, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah, it went in one ear and right out the other.
Yep. Kanan, he too behind in his own anger towards Rock. I think Juke will try to tell him, but he already convinced himself that Rock is the culprit. Yeah, that could be true. Y'all remember how Tariq put Tasha in protective custody to save her? What if next season Rock in some deep trouble and Kanan does something similar to keep his mom safe?
Well, he do got that get out of jail free card.
Yeah. South Brooklyn, thank you for the super chat. I got some predictions. Unique will become Breeze. People, oh my god, event themselves every day. Snap and Pop will not make it across the chessboard. Right. South Brooklyn, how are you? I hate when people bring up Breeze, okay? I'm just letting you know. But I do appreciate the super chat. And listen, if Breeze comes through, I'm going to say what I said yesterday. If Breeze comes through, and I'm off that whole theory about Unique being Breeze. I don't think he's Breeze. But if he is introduced, and I'm talking about Breeze, Like I said, I hope that it's the last scene of the final episode, right? For the series finale. Last scene. Because we don't need Breeze right now. We're doing Raising Kanan. I think it's a perfect, segue. That's it. It's a perfect segue to the power origin, whatever they're going to do when it comes to the story of Ghost and Tommy and all that other stuff. That's all I'm saying. But thank you. I really appreciate it. South Brooklyn says, give me my flowers when it happens. Listen, you wouldn't be the only one. I would have to I wouldn't be able to choose who. You know what I'm saying? I would have to be on here listen, guys, y'all happy now? Freeze is here.
I mean,
I'm tired of talking about that, the blowing in the wind. I'm tired of talking about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What was you saying? What was you?
Wind. All right. I mean, in the previews, it looks like Kanan, he's being introduced to someone possibly new. Mm-hmm. So I can see them ushering Breeze if they take Snap and Pop off the board, because maybe he will be linked to whatever connections that Snap and Pop has. Yeah. But I don't want it. I don't.
I don't know. And then somebody, I saw a thumbnail where they said that it was Shamik Moore.
Yeah, that's the word on the street that he's supposed to be Breeze. But I'll believe it when I see it. I don't think it's unique. I do believe Snaps and Pops have to go. The question is, are they gonna go 6 feet under, or are they going into jail? So this could be the favor that Garcia gets from Jukebox. Mm-hmm. You already know she don't trust them, and I think they could do that to them instead of putting them down.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I want them to be down. I need whatever way that Pop can suffer is the way that I'm ready for it.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they go down also at the negligence of the 2 cops that they've been messing with. Mm-hmm. Like somehow Garcia can find them out, and they all get wrapped up and put up somewhere.
Yes. I need Snaps and Pop to meet Crackle in heaven. I am tired of the Crackle in heaven. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. They need to go, but they ain't going to heaven though. Okay? No. There's some Slytherin folks. They got to go down, baby.
Like AJ and Jesus. Let me talk to you real quick, bro. Let me try.
Be like, nope. Turn around. Fling they behinds right back. No, you're not coming in. Luke could go out just like Kanan did. Well, guys, we are getting ready to get out of here. We thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for all the super chats, all the love, all the comments in the chat. And my girls, Pretty Girl of Trap Content and Moochie, thank you so much for being here. I hope all the mothers have had a wonderful Mother's Day. Enjoy, go lay down or something, kick up your feet, for the rest of the night, because that's what I'm going to do. We got work tomorrow. Boo, but thank God we have jobs. Pretty Girl, what is going on in your channel coming up for the people to, take a look?
Raising Kanan. That's all.
Yep. And my love, Moochie, what's up with you, girl? You there? Mooch? Oh, she muted.
Maybe I was on mute. I'm sorry. I'll be doing the trailer breakdown on Tuesday for Raising Kanan. Please be sure I am doing a watch party for Friday night, so make sure y'all get in the Discord so y'all can get down with that. It'll be in the community tabs, and then we're gonna do our first reaction right after that and talk about it. And of course, that following Sunday will be the finale and some type of something special for y'all. So keep y'all notifications on. Godfather of Harlem is coming up, and holla at your girl.
Yes, I've been missing Godfather of Harlem. I think I'm 4 episodes behind, so I think I'm gonna have to watch and then do
that's what I gotta do, because I was away, so I'm catching up too.
So I got to do my catch ups, and then I'll, I'm not gonna go live. I don't go live with Godfather Harlem. I do videos, so I will be dropping some of those as soon as I can. But guys, what's coming up for me? Raising Kanan, of course, and then the premiere of The Shy is coming on the 16th. So you know that is what I'm going to be doing. Okay. And just keep your notification bells turned on, and we thank you. Mo.J was in the building, is in the building. I'm not sure you came through. I appreciate you, bro. He says free Crystal. Oh my god, unfortunately they did, honey. They freed her, and yeah, she's no longer with us. Like Everett, unlike Everett, she's no longer with us. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here. Stephen Harris, Gemini Dawn, Dale, Blazing Saddles, Monica M, AG. We had DeMarcus Vaughn in the building. South Brooklyn was up in here. Who else? Let me see. I'm trying to slide up real quick so I can see what's going on. Karima Smith, Tokes Kazim, Nicole Washington. Did I say AG? Yes, I did. Alex Heron, Dale, Gemini Dawn. I think I said all these people already. Thank you guys so much. Blaze McCroy, you guys are amazing. And just continue to press on in life. Love you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.